Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you on how to make your bank bigger. This is going to be a flipping guide, but it's not going to be any flipping guide. Today I'm going to show you on how to use the Friends Chat PC 101. In the description area below, you will be able to find more information about this Friends Chat, and you will also be able to find every single item that they do flip in the Friends Chat. So in case you do feel more comfortable flipping a different item, you can do so. Do remember also, if you have any questions, that you post below in the commentary area and I will get back to you. Someone asked for the ACB price check, which is the Armadillo crossbow price check, and they said 7.0 to 7.5, which means the flippable margin is 500k. Because that means it's 7.0 million coins to 7.5 million coins. All the prices are in million. So that means that the flippable margin is 500k. But I strongly recommend that you go slightly above 7 million, and when you do buy the item, to go slightly below. Because there is about 200 people in this Friends Chat, and all of them are flipping at the same time as you. So many people are going to have 7 million in for the Armadillo crossbow. So I strongly recommend you always go slightly higher, because yours will buy first. As you can see in my chat box, I asked for the main Bandos armors, and they gave me a Bandos helmet, Bandos chestplate, and Bandos tazettes. They also gave me the margins for these items, so I'm going to use these margins for my own benefits. So just remember that when they do give you a margin, to always go slightly over, about 10 to 20k over, and when you're selling, go 10 to 20k under. If it doesn't buy after half an hour, you might want to go slightly higher. So always try to make sure that you are getting the most out of your flips, because you can only flip one of these items every 4 hours. So always try and get the most out of your flips. Each time you buy an item, you should always aim for 4 to 5% profit. Many times you can actually get 10% profit. So once I bought an Armadillo plate, and I bought it for 8 million coins. Around 10 to 15 minutes later, it sold for 8.8 million gold coins. So I walked away with 800k profit. It's not always the same case. Many times it's lower, many times it's bigger. I've actually seen 2 million flips on Bandos tazettes, but that's when there's been an update or something similar. So I always strongly suggest to widen out. You don't always have to stick to the margins. Many times, if you do want to sell over, it will take a bit of time, but usually it does sell. And if you want to buy slightly under the range, you can, but it obviously means that you're going to wait for everyone else's offers to fill before yours fills. To be able to flip efficiently in this Friends Chat, I strongly recommend you start this method with around 50 million gold coins, and you carry on with this method until you reach around 350 to 500 million gold coins. And once you are above 500 million gold coins, you move on to the next Friends Chat, which will be either Nex and SS, which stands for Nex Items and Spirit Shields, or to the Arquark Friends Chat, which is the discontinued Friends Chat. I will make guides on the other Friends Chats, so stay tuned for those also. After waiting around 20 minutes, many of my items bought and some of them sold whilst I was waiting. So I've actually managed during this video to get slightly around 600 to 700k. I strongly recommend that whilst you are flipping, to stand by the Grand Exchange. Don't go off and do your own thing, because many times when you do leave your offer in for too long, your price gets old and the margins drop whilst you are away. So I strongly recommend you do fire making, fletching, cooking, any skill that can be done in the Grand Exchange. I strongly recommend that you do it whilst you flip. This is going to get a bit boring, to be honest. I got very bored whilst flipping. But once you do skilling and you interact with other players, it will get a lot more interesting. Talk to your clan, get to know your friends, just talk whilst you are flipping. That's going to make it so much more enjoyable, and you're going to notice that your profits start adding up very fast, because you don't notice how fast the time has gone. So always be friendly and do skilling whilst you flip. A question that does come up a lot whilst flipping is, what happens if my item doesn't sell? Because you might have an item in for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and it doesn't sell. What do? Well, I strongly recommend that you put it back in for the price you bought it at, or maybe even slightly under. Usually people are going to have similar prices to what you bought for so I strongly recommend that if an item doesn't sell after a long time, you put it back into the Grand Exchange for the price you bought at. This means you won't make any profit, but it also means you will not make any losses. Towards the end of this video, my Armadillo chest legs don't sell, as you can see, and I'm just going to put it back into slightly under for what I paid for, and it sells instantly. I took a 30 to 40k loss, but at least I didn't make any huge losses. So I hope this method has helped you. Please subscribe, like and comment, and if you have any questions, just post below. I will have more guides out later on this week.